Well, my uncle was telling me the story that people kept telling him, like, hey, buddy, you better sit down and shut up. Like, these fans were insane. One guy walks by, and they're like, go back to Boston. And the other guy's like, suck my dick. Like,
yeah, motherfucker. We're gonna take it up a few notches right now. See if y'all can keep up.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of the ScruffCast. I'm Jon.
And I'm Dan. So, Jon, I hear you have a story to tell us about your adventures at the Buffalo Bills game on Sunday.
Yes, Dan. I've got quite the tale. So this is my first time ever going to an NFL game.
Exciting.
It was exciting. I'd never been.
I've never been either.
I haven't tracked football too closely over the years, but I've been keeping tabs on it a little more this year because I'm in a football pool. So I went to Buffalo to watch the Bills play the Patriots. Not exactly an even matchup, especially this year or most years. But, you know, if there's one thing the Buffalo Bills are known for besides Mr. Juice.
Well, you know what, though? That's a pretty good game to go to.
It is.
That's like a premium game. Like, you're seeing the best, like, you know, it's Buffalo.
Well, Super Bowl champs from last year.
But you get to see the Patriots. You get to see Tom Brady.
So I'm not really a fan one way or the other. I can't disagree.
He is. Anyway.
I'm not a fan. Maybe one day we'll get him as a guest on the podcast.
5 million episodes from now.
Yeah. So I'm not a fan one way or the other. All right. I don't really follow football as closely as I do the other sports. So it's my first time going to the game. So besides O.J. Simpson, the Bills are known for their tailgating.
Juice.
Mr. Juice. So the Bills are known for their tailgating. So let me tell you the tailgating.
Oh, this is a tailgate story?
This is a tale of tailgating.
Oh, boy. Okay.
So we show up about, 9 in the morning. So it's still early, right? Pull into the giant gravel parking lot there, right? There was a sign, I believe the rule said, no binge drinking, no excessive drinking. Nothing about no drinking because it's 9 o'clock in the morning.
Drinking is allowed, just no binge drinking.
Yeah, and it was pretty clearly allowed because you just want to look at the parking lot, and it was like something out of Burning Man or like Mad Max. Like just all these cars parked in, a bunch of like folding tables. People got music playing. People got barbecues going. Buses are showing up with people. So the majority are all Bills fans, of course.
Yeah.
But you have the odd Patriots fan or so. And I'm just looking around. It's like you're bringing out Buffalo's finest. Like these people are hardcore.
The grizzled veterans of Buffalo.
Yeah, they've seen loss after loss, right? So people are playing beer pong. It's just insane, right? I'm like, oh man. People are like deep frying turkeys, right? People are throwing beer at beer cans at like people wearing Patriots jerseys. Anybody walks by wearing a Patriots jersey, boo! Get out of here, Brady's a lady.
Wasn't your sister's boyfriend wearing his Patriots jersey?
Yeah, my sister's boyfriend came with us, and he wore his Patriots jersey. And one of my cousins, he was too scared to wear his Patriots jersey.
He's probably for the best.
Yeah.
But side note, I went to a Philadelphia Flyers game in Philly against the Leafs.
Yeah.
And we were like considering like, oh, should we bring our jerseys? You know what I mean? And we thought, no, maybe not. And it's a good thing we didn't because like the fans are evil. They're ruthless. These fans, like when they do the announcement of the players, you know, like you go watch a game here, it's like, all right, starting at center, NZ Kopitar or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of just like nothing. There's no cheers, no nothing there. Every player they announce, boo, boo. They're like screaming and yelling like
if you think that's vicious. You gotta wait till the end of my story in Buffalo. So,
there's always a time in Buffalo.
There's always a story in Buffalo. Well, one time I went to a Buffalo Sabres game when they played the Devils, and I must have been, 14 maybe. The Devils is the team I like for the listeners that don't know, because nobody would assume anybody likes the New Jersey Devils, but I do, and there's about a dozen more of us who do.
That includes everybody from New Jersey.
And I was in the gift shop there, and one guy was like, oh, the Devils suck. He was totally wasted. And I'm like, 14-year-old kid, and I wear my Brodeur jersey. And, of course, the Devils smacked Buffalo because they suck. But, of course, I'm 14, so I was all pipsqueak, like, ah. And then my stepdad's buddy came over, was like, hey, shut up, buddy. They got 3 cups. Get out of here. And then the guy just kind of left, and I was like, oh, yeah, take that, man.
All right.
So we're tailgating, right?
Yeah.
Sitting there, we got a barbecue going. One guy's making like this giant pork loin.
You guys got the barbecue going too?
We got the barbecue
Oh.
going, yeah.
So you guys are in full tailgate effect as
We're
well.
in full tailgate effect. The car that was parked behind us.
Hold
'cause
on.
it-
The
yeah.
game starts at 1, right?
Yeah.
So they're at 9. So it's 4 hours of just drinking.
Yeah, and music blasting. I gotta say, the people, they must have been blasting like, no, that's what I call music volume 7. Because they were playing like, go Ninja, go. Like it was just brutal stuff. Vanilla Ice made an appearance. Not at the actual tailgate. That would be unreal. But they had his music playing. So they're playing beer pong, right? And my brother and my younger cousin, who are 11 and 12, the two of them, they were kind of like, oh, we're kind of bored. Right, and you know how kids are. They're like, "Oh, we want to play beer pong here. We'll set up little cups of power on top of our cooler." But they didn't have a ball to play beer pong with, so they went and asked the people who were at the lot beside us, and they're like, "Oh no, sorry, we actually had to, ask somebody else to get these ping pong balls.
Right, right.
You can play with us here. You can play on this table."
Oh,
my brother's like, "No, I don't know." They didn't really want to. He's like, "Why can't we just play over here?" But then eventually. They were convinced and they went over there. And I got a video on my phone I'll show you after. And it's funny because you don't know that there's power in the cup, so you just see this little 12-year-old kid.
Just
and he's got like this
chugging back.
He's got this like beer pong technique, and he's eyeing up the cup and just throwing it in. And he was winning, right? And then he just picks up his cup and he's taking a drink and he just looks all chill, like he's taking a swig back of beer, but of course it's Powerade, right?
Right.
So it was pretty funny. But the people they're playing with, it's like they're like hardcore Buffalo, right? So there's one cup left on the table, and the guy goes for a beer pong slam dunk, and you're like, slam dunk? What is this? He runs across, jumps up, and like belly flops the table,
Yeah, okay.
and slam dunks the ball in the cup, and of course gets the ball in the cup, and this is against my 12-year-old brother, right? The one cup left, and just demolishes them, and the table folds over. And put it back, right? And I was like, oh, I wish I knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I would have recorded it. It all happened so fast.
Right, right.
So then, a little more bit of the tailgating festivities goes on. And it's like, well, no, the table is still in good shape. So what's the next logical step? Well, another guy from that tailgating group gets on top of his SUV, jumps off the SUV, and butt slams right through the table onto like this gravel ground. And I'm like, I don't care how many beers you've had. That's got to hurt. Right, I got a video on my phone.
It sounds like a college frat party or something like that.
It honestly was.
The table.
It was like just insanity. I have a video on my phone. I'll show you after. And this is a good time to tell the listeners. We actually have a Twitter account at ScruffCast, SCRUFF cast, and I'll post a video on there.
Gotta get that plug in there.
Yeah, we gotta get the shameless plug at ScruffCast, and we also have an email, scruffcast@gmail.com. They want to, maybe they have their own tailgating stories they want to write in and tell us about.
Or just anything. Story.
Or just anything. You could write in and tell us, wow, you guys are doing a great job. It's my favorite podcast. Or you could write in and say,
you guys suck.
You guys suck. No bueno. It's not for me.
All right.
Either way.
The story.
But yeah, I'll post a video on our Twitter for if anybody wants to have a look. But yeah, he jumps over and he just, like, the table's just demolished now. It's like almost folded in half. Yeah. And like, this must have hurt. And it's like just some stupid shit because you land on like a rock in the wrong part of your tailbone or something. Like you're paralyzed. And they're like, oh, how'd you get paralyzed? Butt slam right through the table, man.
Jumped off my
But it was all worth it because, because you got to go see the Bills finally beat the Patriots. Well,
no,
let me get to the next part of the story.
Okay, yeah.
You think that those fans were vicious? It was unbelievable, like, how everybody in Buffalo is so salty. Like, I get it.
Their whole city. Their whole city is just trash.
Like, everybody in
really, though.
Like, everybody there is just salty. Like, if you didn't like the Bills, you're just a bad guy.
Right.
So, at the actual game, right? Oh, no, before we even got to the game, they're walking around, just got a couple of random guys, and they're selling shirts that say, New England sucks on the front.
Okay.
And then the back says Brady swallows, and it has a picture of Brady's face.
Oh my god.
On the back. And I'm like, come on, the guy's a 5-time Super Bowl champion walking around with his face on your shirt, right? Yeah. And he's like, no, I don't care about these people. But the guy's walking around, he's like, New England sucks, Brady swallows. Like showing the shirt back and forth.
Yeah.
Right? People walking around selling shirts. I think they're going for like $15 a piece or so. So then at the actual game, Sitting in the section is majority Bills fans, of course, a couple of Patriots fans. And, Patriots were just destroying them. Like, I can't believe how bad the Bills are.
Yeah.
Like, first drive, they go down, get to the end zone. Now I'm, like, a little worried. Like, oh, man, the Bills are looking a little too good here. I'm surprised. Like, I don't want to see them win because I can't handle these fans.
Yeah.
Like, the fans were so intense that I was rooting against the Bills just for that fact.
Just because of their fans.
Just for that fact. So, the Bills get to the end zone, throw an interception, of course.
Right.
And it was like, New England fans get up, and they're like, yeah. And one woman in our section was like reaching over to this kid who was like 2 rows ahead, and she's like, okay, that's enough. You can sit down now. Thank you very much. This isn't your section. We don't do that in this section.
What fan was she?
She was a Bills fan. Because you would not be getting away with this if you're a New England fan. Okay, so this is just like casual. It gets way worse. I have notes on my phone I wrote down of just all the stuff I wanted to remember. So it was like they were just so intense. Every time New England had the ball before they snapped, it was I couldn't handle it, Stan. It was like 2 hours of this. Every time they would make like a train sound. So the woman sitting behind me and other people in the section, like perfect harmony, were like, and I'm like, I'm just blowing away the listeners' ears here. I actually have a clip on my phone I can play so you can hear how bad it was.
All right, let's hear it.
Every single time.
Put it into the mic.
2 hours of that.
Oh, Jesus.
Until they snapped the ball, as if Brady could hear them.
Oh, my God.
It was just horrendous. So the Patriots begin just like smacking around the Bills. It was like no contest. The final score was like 23-3.
Yeah.
But every time the Patriots fans would get up and cheer, the other people would get upset, right? The Bills, because they're getting smoked, and they're like, "Well, you coming into my house and you doing that?"
Yeah.
So my uncle was there, and he was sitting in another section. He said there was a guy in his section wearing a Rob Gronkowski jersey, right? Tight end for the Patriots. For
who
people
got suspended today.
Who got suspended. Oh, they were losing it at that point.
Did you see the hit?
Yeah, they were losing it. He's tight end for the New England Patriots, for the people who don't really follow football. So he's wearing a Patriots jersey and a giant foam finger, and every time something's going on, he's getting up and he's like, yeah, woo, woo. And like the Bills are just getting smacked around. They're just awful. Well, my uncle was telling me the story that people kept telling him, like, hey, buddy, you better sit down and shut up. Like, these fans were insane. One guy walks by, and they're like, go back to Boston. And the other guy's like, suck my dick. Like, these fans were hardcore. So the guy with the foam finger is, like, shouting about, right? And then eventually a guy comes over, Bills fan, sucker punches this guy right in the face. Like, dude, they were insane, right? And then the security comes over, and then they're like, what happened? And then everybody's like, oh, this guy was just out of control. We were telling him, like, oh, man, you got to sit down. We don't want to cheer for the Patriots, right? We asked him nicely. And my uncle's like, yeah, what a load of shit, right? Everybody knows it. And there was another fight that broke out that was a little bit to the left of the section I was sitting at, and I couldn't even see what was happening, but I just saw one guy get up, his hat flew off his head, and he's trying to put it back on. It was like insane. The kid who was ahead of me before cheering for the Patriots, when the woman was like, we don't do that here, we don't do that, somebody like rolled a ball of paper and threw it at him. Like, it was insane.
You know what's funny is, like, sports you go to here, we're from the Toronto area, by the way. I don't know if anybody knows that, but don't know if we've mentioned it. But I don't know, all the sports here, you go to a Leaf game, you go to a Jays game, and it's like, so, like, I don't know, it's so calm. Like, there's nothing. Like, you go to a Jays game, and, like, half the people there don't even give a shit about baseball, first off.
Of course. It's
all just, it's the cool thing to do now is go to Jays games, which is frustrating, but whatever. I remember I went to a home opener one time. I don't think I ever told you about this. And so we're like fucking way up in the 500 level. Sorry. And there was like, I don't know, there were some chicks standing, like sitting up, like a row behind us, like furthest to the left, like section over, and everybody all of a sudden starts like chanting, like, tits out for the boys, tits out for the boys, and like kept chanting it, and she flashed everybody in the whole section.
Wow.
Yeah. See, it's good experiences at Toronto sporting events. That's what I'm trying to get at. 2 days.
Yeah, these Bills fans were vicious.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not like anything I've ever seen, and I have to imagine, like, nowhere else in the league is like this. Like, I had heard it was pretty bad, and, like, it's not really like it's a rivalry because the Bills don't stand a chance against the Patriots.
Yeah, it's the same division, but, like, it's not like they've had, like, great games against each other, right?
Not even close.
Yeah.
So it was, like, insane. Kid who was sitting ahead of me, the same one where the lady was like, "Oh, you can sit down now, sit down." There was a bad call, right? And then he was up and he was like, yeah. And then they were all like, "Oh, what the hell? Shut up, kid." And the kid looks around. He's like, "Oh, where are you guys' championship banners? What's going on?" And of course, like, I'm looking at him kind of like, they almost didn't even design the stadium with like a place to hang them. Because like, just
knowing full well they're not going to get
knowing full well. And then like people started losing at that point.
Yeah.
Like one guy's like, "Act like you've been there before. You better sit down and shut up, you little bitch." And I'm like, Jesus, like, you know, I get it, right? You know, you don't like the opposite teams, but it's like beyond civil.
Yeah,
it's like all of a sudden it's like no holds barred, like Mad Max, right? You're like ready to throw down on the field. It's like insane.
Yeah.
And then this guy's wife felt like high and mighty because she's like, "You're making the whole fan base look bad. I'm a Pats fan, and you're making us look like shit, you little twerp." And I'm like, lady, like, you don't even know anything about this kid.
Yeah, butt
Like,
out.
give me a break. I don't know. It was just like, unlike anything I've ever seen. And then another thing I saw like a disturbing trend of there, which is like much more civil than people getting sucker punched in the face.
Yeah.
Was people wearing like terrible jerseys unrelated to the game.
Oh my God! What's insane is I was just about to mention this.
Yes, I saw people wearing like,
this makes me laugh so much. Okay,
I saw a guy wearing a Vikings jersey, like a purple Minnesota Vikings jersey, entirely different NFL team, not even playing in the game.
Yeah.
And a hat, Vikings hat. I saw multiple people wearing Philadelphia Eagles jersey, another NFL team.
Jeez.
One guy's wearing like a Tony Romo jersey. And my cousin joked like, "Oh, I'm surprised he didn't get hurt swiping his ticket to get in." He's a very injury-prone quarterback, or he used to be anyway. Now he's a color commentary guy.
Yeah, he's commentary. Yeah, like...
Oh, this was the best one, actually. Yeah. Sorry. A guy had a Boston Celtics jersey on.
Oh, boy.
But it was like half and half, split vertically up the middle. Half was green with white text, and half was white with green text.
Oh, my God.
And he kind of... He went up the stairs and came into the section and like jumped out and did like the Superman pose, like pointing up to the sky, like, yeah. I mean, it's like the same city as the Patriots, but I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, like, I know you got a good one from the Buffalo Sabres game.
Yeah, this must be a Buffalo thing.
We'll get to that, but like, yeah, like, it's like, it's dumb enough when it's the same sport and a different team that's not playing. That's stupid. It's a little dumber when it's a completely different sport, but the same city at least from one of the teams. Like, I was at a Jays game, and there was a guy sitting in front of us wearing a Gordie Howe jersey from like Detroit Red Wings.
And you're like, not even at the same sport,
I mean,
not even in the same city.
In fairness, they were playing the Detroit Tigers, but like still, but why are you wearing a Gordie Howe jersey?
It's a little ridiculous.
You got the ultimate.
I got the ultimate, but it might have even been trumped by another one I saw there yesterday.
Oh boy.
So one time I was at a Buffalo Sabres game, which is Buffalo's NHL team, and they're playing the Calgary Flames. And a guy there had a Toronto Raptors nice purple Vince Carter jersey. Wrong city, wrong sport. Not even matching the away.
Was it a
team
Vince
city.
Carter jersey?
It was a Vince Carter jersey. And the best part was there was a bad call or something, and the guy got up, like, throwing his hands like, "Oh, what's going on?" Like, so I'm like, "Oh, this guy must know his hockey. What the hell's he doing wearing this jersey?" But I also saw there a guy wearing a Washington Capitals Alexander Ovechkin jersey. And I'm like...
At the football game?
At the football game.
Oh,
like,
my God.
What the hell's going on?
Not even the same city,
These
not even the
people
same
are just
sport.
like, "Oh, it's sports. We're good to go."
Just put on a sports shirt.
Yeah.
Oh,
"Honey,
boy.
did you iron my sports shirt for tomorrow?" "I sure did. I put it out for you." It was just like... It was just madness. I had never seen anything like this before. And then after the game, we walked back to where our car was parked in the tailgate area, which it was just insane. Like, they must have to take a plow and just make a mountain of garbage. There was like porta potties tipped over and stuff.
God.
Tables, like multiple tables, literally like clean in half. Like someone took a power saw.
Jesus.
It was just insane.
Yeah.
And one guy's in an SUV with a couple people and they're leaving, and you kind of see the door open. We're sitting in our van waiting to leave, and He's got the door open. They're kind of talking back and forth. And these guys are like yelling at each other in the parking lot.
Oh, God.
He's like, hey, screw you, asshole. And they're like going back and forth. And then like one guy flashed a badge to the other guy. Like as if like, hey, I'm a cop. You better chill or something. And then the other guy was just losing it. Because he must be like, what does that have to do with anything? Or you're being a douche or something. Like,
right.
Dan, I've never seen anything like this. And quite frankly, I was like, this is terrible. Yeah. How does anybody like the Bills? I would never want to come here. Like,
yeah, like... a bunch of our buddies go. They take the bus. There's a bus that comes and picks you up from Toronto, like a coach bus. Picks you up at like, I think it's like 6 a.m. As soon as you get on the bus, it's unlimited beer, so you can drink as much beer as you want. And you get there by like probably 9:30 and around there, and it's like full like pulled pork, hot dogs, burgers. Like, as much as you can eat, as much as you can drink. And, like, all of that, the ride back and everything, plus your ticket's like $250.
Pretty good deal.
It's a great deal. It's all you can drink, all you can eat. And then you get to go into the stadium. And, like, they said the first time they did it, like, one of the guys got, like, so drunk. They said by the time they got into the stadium, they were having to, like, hold him up in between, like, two guys. So he had to sit in the middle of them. And they were, like, holding him up on both ends because he was just so drunk. Already, just like pissed drunk.
I
just from the
that.
Tailgating, right? Like you're drinking at like 6 o'clock in the morning on the bus.
Yeah, it was like an early day. Like I think we left our house at 6:30.
Jesus,
to drive down, head across the border from Canada over to Buffalo. It was an experience. I'd love to go to another NFL game. I'd prefer like a more civil city.
I don't know if you're gonna find one. They're all nuts, man.
Like. It was just vicious.
But you know what though? It's like it's like that in a lot of different sports places. In LA Dodgers, apparently that's like a real bad like place if you're wearing another team's jersey or anything. There was a guy a couple years ago that was killed.
Really?
By Dodgers fans in the parking lot because he was wearing a different jersey. Yeah, it gets a little rough, gets a little tumble.
That's like absurd. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe we're just like more used to like a friendlier in quotes.
Yeah,
I don't know, like sporting environment, but that's like insane.
Hold on, we're plugging in the laptop here.
Yeah, a little bit of technical difficulties,
so it doesn't die and cut this podcast a little short.
Yeah, this AAA quality content. You guys don't want to be missing out on any of this.
But I'll move this along here. Continuing on the line of sports, Tiger Woods made his much anticipated return to golf.
He's back.
The GOAT is back. And it went fairly well, I think. He had a rough Saturday, but
a lot of people had a rough Saturday.
Yeah. Ricky Fowler ended up winning the tournament. It was the Hero World Challenge,
which I believe is Tiger Woods'.
It's his
tournament.
Tournament, yeah. 18 players. There's no cut. He finished 9th. Tiger Woods did. Not bad.
Not bad.
8 under.
At one point, I believe he was actually shared the lead.
Yeah, on Friday, I think it was. Yeah, it was on Friday. It's nice to see him back. He's healthy, you know.
He's healthy, yes.
He's not falling over this morning with back pains and can't walk or whatever. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, he's made multiple comebacks, in quotes here, before, and then none of them went spectacularly well or lasted very well.
Except this seems to be a little more on track. I mean, his game is his game. Like, it's not so much his game because you know it's Tiger Woods. If he gains any little ounce of confidence, that's it. That's all he needs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the other guys are in the tee box, quaking in their golf shoes over there, like, oh damn.
Yeah, if he just gets a little bit of confidence back in his game and in his body, it's more so his body. You know what I mean? If he feels confident in his body, he feels confident mentally, then that's it. I think he's going to come back. It doesn't matter how old he is. The guy's still like, he's got a fused back, fused discs in his back, and he's still bombing 340-yard drives.
This is like his third or fourth. That's impressive, man. Yeah. It's like his third or fourth back surgery he's had. And I believe it's been 300 days when this tournament started. It was 300 days until the last time he played in a tournament.
Yep.
And I don't know. I'm excited. Golf is a unique sport in the way that you can play it for such a long time. Like Tiger Woods started playing, obviously when he was a kid, but, becomes professional late teens or early 20s. And I believe now he's 41 or 42. and that's like 20 years of golf, and he's still going.
Yeah.
Right, where other sports, you
There's
know,
no
you hit
other
your
sport
peak
you
and then
can
you
do that,
retire
yeah.
after a while. So you can watch the greats go on forever. So it's almost like getting to watch Wayne Gretzky play in the NHL for like 40 years. Because he's still 8 years away from playing on the Champions Tour, which is like the senior tour.
And then even then, you can flip-flop back and forth between the PGA and the senior tour.
Yeah, if you can still hang on the PGA
Ernie
Tour.
Els
still,
goes back and forth all the time, right? Yeah, he's just... like, he was never the same after that whole scandal, though, you know? With his wife
definitely
and stuff, which is
messed with him.
So stupid. Like, why do we care about that? What's ridiculous? Like, he lost sponsors. He lost like Gillette. I don't think he didn't lose Nike. Obviously, he lost Gillette. He lost Gatorade. I think he lost a shit ton of sponsors because he cheated on his wife. But you know what? Like, let's say you're married, you know, or I'm married, and then I go and cheat on my wife, kind of thing. What am I going to get fired from my job, or I'm going to lose incentives at my job because of it? No,
it's your
doesn't
own
matter.
business.
It's my own business.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Not that we would ever do that.
No, obviously not. But it's like it's
a
your own
principle.
personal business. Why do any of us care? You know,
Exactly.
like it just. I don't understand why people get so nuts about celebrities.
With the sponsors, it all comes down to money.
Yeah,
They're like, and it all comes down to people's obsession. It's like, oh, well, people are gonna see this, and it's gonna make us look bad. So
we can't be
let's pull
associated
pull that sponsorship.
with that guy.
And it's like, who out there sitting there and they're like I can understand, you know, a kid sitting out there and they're like, oh wow, Tiger Woods drinks Gatorade. I like golf. I want to be like Tiger Woods. I'm gonna drink
get some Gatorade. Yeah,
But I can't imagine a kid sitting out there and he's like, Tiger Woods cheated on his wife. I can never drink Gatorade again.
no, I know. I don't.
I don't really think that's a thing.
I just think this whole thing is how everybody's so like, you know, crazy about celebrities and like, oh, celebrities are like these gods to us. And like, I can't, it's a little hypocritical because I'm sure I fall into the same boat with, you know, maybe sports athletes or musicians I like.
We were just kind of praising Tiger Woods.
Yeah, we were. And if I met him, I'd fanboy for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know what I mean? Like, and like, there's all these celebrities that I've never even heard of before. Like, so you know Snapchat?
Yeah.
And there's like the articles, I guess, that have like news stories and stuff. So
Yeah.
I read that Daily Mail one, and there's this chick. I gotta find out. Keep talking, John. I gotta find out this girl's name because all I know is I don't know what she does. Her name's like Demi something. It's not Demi Lovato.
There's some people out there who are famous just for being famous. That's like
don't know.
my younger brother loves watching YouTube, and he follows these YouTubers, and it's like a big catch-22 because they just vlog about their life, right? And it's like so exciting, like, oh my god, we're going over here and we're doing this, and we're going over here and doing that. By the way. And the only reason people are watching their vlogs is because, you know, their life's interesting because they're doing all this random shit and cool shit all the time. But the only reason they get to do that stuff is because they do YouTube for a living, which they only get to do because they're popular. So it's like
it's a weird thing.
Yeah,
okay.
How does that even start?
This girl's name is Demi Rose Mawby.
Okay.
Mawby. Queen of Instagram in the UK. Tyga's ex-girlfriend. Why the fuck does she matter? Like, who is she? She's an Instagram model.
She's the queen
How
of
is that a
Instagram
thing?
in the UK, Dan. Pay some respect.
Instagram model. Like, I can just go on Twitter. I'm going to be a Twitter model. Like, it's not a fucking job.
Maybe we need to start up a ScruffCast Instagram
But you know what? I can't hate because she's clearly doing better than I am. That's for sure.
Well, maybe this podcast will take off and people want us to be models.
It's funny that you talk about like the vloggers and stuff on YouTube. So I had to clear my computer off, so all like my my YouTube recommendations. You know, you go on YouTube, there's videos already recommended for you. So everything just was fucking blank. I didn't have any recommendations or anything like that. So I found this guy like Logan Paul or Jake Paul.
Yes, this is the guy my brother watches, Logan Paul. His brother's Jake Paul.
Yeah, okay. Who are these guys? Like,
I don't know.
These guys literally don't do anything, but they're driving around like Lamborghinis and stuff. I didn't realize you make that much money off YouTube.
I read an article
Lambo
about
money.
This guy, Logan Paul. He bought a $6 million house. $1 million!
Yeah, so I started watching some of these vlog videos, and fuck, first off, these guys are douches. At least there's the Jake Paul guy.
I haven't seen any of his stuff, but I've seen Logan Paul.
Oh, and like the worst part of it is like they make songs too, like rap songs. Like they rap.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and like they are just it's brutal, but like people are loving it. Like, and he's got a song like with Gucci Mane, Gucci, the guy with the ice cream cone on his face, and what's it called? Like All Day Bro or something like that. Ah, Jesus Christ,
Sounds terrible.
Oh, it is. It's All Day Bro or Every Day Bro or something like that. No Days Bro. I don't know. But then at one point, see, like this is the funny thing because like I see why people get attached, like stuck on this stuff. Because then I started like looking. Next thing you know, I'm watching this for like 3 hours.
You fall down the rabbit hole.
I fall down the rabbit hole. I have this shit that I think is like stupid. I'm like, that's so dumb, but I keep watching it. So I find out that like him and his brother Logan were like beefing at one point, and so then like they made a song after, I guess, like, you know, to like be like, no, we're good now. It was called like Love You Bro. Oh Jesus, it was like cringeworthy listening to this thing. But like people on there like, oh my god, it's a great song, I can't believe it.
I couldn't sleep knowing Logan and Jake were beefing, but now I'm just so happy. I bought the song 10 times on iTunes.
I know, it's so funny. And then like there's these two other kids, the Martinez twins.
I've never heard of these guys.
They were a part of Jake Paul's like crew, and they like split off from him and like talked about like how he was bullying them and this and that and whatever, and now they're making like kind of like diss songs to him. It's brutal, man.
It's like this meta world of the YouTube drama.
It's so ridiculous. And then like the Jake Paul guy puts out like an apology video, and he's like half crying it and stuff like that. It's brutal. Like, let's say, like, is this a sustainable lifestyle that these people are living? You know what I mean? That's what would worry me. Even like what's Dude Perfect. Like I love watching Dude Perfect videos.
Yeah,
I can watch those all day. They're so good. But like what would worry me is like, could that go on forever? Could you make a full on career? Obviously they're making really good money right now. But can that go on forever? Is there going to come a point where YouTube dies or people just become disinterested? You know what I mean? I know, because it seems like it's only going up right now, but like, could that happen? Or is this like a new career, being a YouTube star? Is that like being an accountant? Like, is that a new career?
I don't know. I'm of two minds, because I think that it's definitely something that's here to stay, but it's like for how long? Because I've seen lots of drama with how YouTube treats these people and how it monetizes and demonetizes certain videos.
Right.
So I believe the way it works is if you have a channel that's big enough, you become like a partnered with YouTube. And then the ads that run on the videos, YouTube takes a cut of the money and they give you a cut of the money.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think it's like an exact science with the number, but it's like, you know, maybe every 1,000 views equates to like $1 or so or something like that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Right? So some of these guys are making huge money. Like the biggest guy, PewDiePie.
Never even heard of him.
Oh, you've never heard of him? He's like insanely huge. I think he's got like 50-something million subscribers. Whoa. Now, subscribers, that doesn't mean that, you know, they watch his videos, every one of his videos, right? Because they're not all getting 50 million views. But if you have like 10% of your subscribers are people that are like, oh, you know, I watch all of his videos and stuff, that's still like 5 million people watching every video.
What does this guy do?
So he just plays video games, right? And he just talks about them, comments on them, does random stuff. You know, streams video games. There was like a lot of drama earlier this year because the New York Times took some moments from his videos where he made like Nazi and Hitler related jokes, right? And then the New York Times basically I believe it was the New York Times, or maybe the Wall Street Journal, I'm not sure.
One of them,
scrubbed through all his videos. They went and it was like a witch hunt. They were going through and looking for all these things like, oh, Hitler joke here, oh, Nazi joke here, right? And like this guy has hours and hours and hours of content, right? And they pulled together, you know, a couple minutes worth of this stuff, and then put some video together of them, and posted an article. It was like, "Whoa, is PewDiePie a Nazi? Is PewDiePie racist? What's going on?" And it was like this total witch hunt, and like totally just like unrespectable journalism, if you could even call it that. I don't even know if unrespectable is a word, but I'm not a journalist, but these people are supposed to be, okay? And they didn't like reach out for a comment or anything like that. And then all of a sudden, like everybody's going after him, and he's losing sponsorships. He was partnered with YouTube to do some show that was like, YouTube has this own network called like YouTube Red, where they do like original content and stuff. So like he was losing sponsorships from them. There's some large company that helps manage and do a lot of things for these big time YouTubers, and it's owned by Disney. So Disney, family friendly in air quotes here, pulled their support from him, right? So it was just like this insane witch hunt going on. But of course, he persevered, and he's like, just doing the same. I'm sure he's making a little less money overall. But last year he made $14 million.
Oh my God.
Like he's the biggest YouTuber there is.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure if that still holds true now because of all the drama. There's also some other drama because he was streaming a video game earlier this year, and then he slipped out some racist stuff.
Oh.
That was a whole other thing entirely. But he still goes and he's doing what he's doing.
So he still is a racist.
Well,
like how racist we talking?
He dropped the N-word while he was doing a stream.
Oh, like a live stream.
Yeah, a live stream.
Oh damn.
Right. He's like, "Oh, that damn guy," and then everybody went into a frenzy, right? And they're like, everybody went into a frenzy, right? And they're like, first he was a racist, or first he was a Nazi, and now this, like, well, what the hell, right? But of course, he's still doing what he's doing. Everybody kind of got over it.
Yeah.
Some people on the internet just love getting offended about everything.
Yeah,
right.
Of course.
Of course. But he's still got it's 50 million plus subscribers, and he's making more money than me or you or 98% of the people on Earth ever will. Right?
Yeah.
And deep down, those people are probably just jealous.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, like all these guys, like the Jake Pauls and Logan Paul, I think it's absolutely ridiculous that they are where they are and like whatever. But at the same time, good for them. Like they, you know what I mean? They're taking advantage of their situation, and like all these people too. Like you can't say they didn't work hard to get there. Like they obviously did, right?
Definitely not. It's not as easy as it looks.
Like everybody hates on Justin Bieber. Like he's just a spoiled little brat. But like that spoiled little brat worked hard to where he is. Like
exactly.
And he continues to work hard. So it's like whatever. You can hate him, but like I don't know. He worked hard to get to where he was.
It's like those Bills fans hating on Brady. They hate us because they ain't us. I believe that's the saying. Because he's got his 5 championships, and like that kid who's sitting ahead of me at the game is like, oh, where are all the banners?
That's
right?
True.
Exactly. It's easy to hate on it, but yeah, there's definitely work that goes into it. Like if people want to, like us to start vlogging and pay us millions of dollars a year, I'm down. I'll go quit my job and you guys can watch me, walk around, enjoy my life, buy mansions,
make some toast,
hang out, make toast, whatever you want, right?
Yeah. Maybe you can use those.
Use the superpower. From what was the episode?
Last.
It was the last episode or the first episode. I don't know. But if you're a first time listener, you're gonna have to go back and listen to catch on all the deep lore and references of the ScruffCast history.
But yeah, like it is pretty nuts how people are making a living of just showing their life off.
Yeah.
But I guess you know what? This has been going on since before YouTube. They were like reality TV shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the early 2000s.
Where it's literally just following celebrities' lives around, right? Look at the Kardashians. Look where they're at because of it, right?
They're like, they became famous like out of nothing. But then as much as you're kind of like, ugh, you're like, I can't stand them. Deep down it's because you're like, damn, look how rich they are.
Yeah,
I want to be rich.
And they they literally just came out of nowhere. Like, oh yeah, Robert Kardashian was one of the lawyers for O.J. Simpson, but like nobody cared for 15 years about that, and then all of a sudden, boom, they got their own TV show. Oh, the Kardashians. Oh, look at them.
Keeping up with the Kardashians. They've got so much going on. You got to watch to keep up with them.
Yeah,
it's insane. And
and now they're like, it's all of them too. Like it's not just there's that one Kardashian everybody loves. Literally all of them. And then the 2 younger ones now, too, right?
Yeah.
The Jenners.
It's insane. Like, they split out and they did this, like, a Chloe and Lamar show, and they're not even married anymore, I don't think. They had their own show for a while.
He's too busy blowing brothels.
Yeah.
Almost dying. Lamar Odom!
Yeah, was he playing still at the time? I don't even know.
No, he wasn't.
I was gonna say for those who don't know, he was an NBA player, but they probably know that majority of people from his connection to the Kardashians, not from his connection to the NBA.
Know. Yeah, isn't it the truth?
But like, some people are out there and they think like, Kim Kardashian, like she's the worst, or she's dumb, right? How is she so rich? But it's like they're a lot smarter than you think.
Yeah,
they're actually like really smart businesswoman.
Yeah,
because
and you know what? And even if they surround themselves with the right people to make the right moves, right?
It takes work, and
Yeah.
like they know exactly what they're doing when they go and they're posting on Instagram and Snapchat, like, "Oh my god, just got this dress, so exciting," or whatever the hell it is they're posting.
They know how to work it.
They know how to work it, and they are bringing money in hand over fist.
Oh god, yeah. What are they? Fuck! What are they just talking about the other day? Kim Kardashian's like, I think her like cosmetic line or something like that. God damn, I wish I remember the number now. It brings something like $5 million a month in or something like that.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I'm probably way off on that number, but it's some crazy amount of money that brings in a month.
That's
just
what I
her
would
cosmetics.
do if I became a celebrity, achieved any sort of fame.
Yeah.
I would take the cash and use it to start a business, and then just use my celebrity and my fame
promote that
to
business.
just pimp out that business. Like Jessica Simpson, I think she has her own like clothing line or something. It's sold like Target and Walmart and stuff in the States like that.
Yeah.
And it is a huge moneymaker, bringing like hundreds of millions of dollars a year.
Wow.
Like insane money. And you're like, oh, how come Jessica Simpson's not on the radio? She don't need to be on the
She doesn't
radio.
need to be
She's making
anymore,
more money
yeah.
than you could think of.
Jesus.
Jessica Alba, I think she started her own like clothing line for like moms and babies and stuff.
Right.
Again, bringing in like huge money. I don't have the exact numbers, but I know it's like hundreds of millions. I think these people are bringing in. It's like insane amount of money.
Good for them. You know what? Why not use your celebrity?
Oh yeah, if
Might as well. Who
if
cares?
this podcast takes off, you're gonna see like beer koozies with my face on it. I'm coming for all the money I can.
I'm milking everything.
I'm milking it for sure.
The whole podcast, it's going to be 40 minutes of ads and 20 minutes of us
40
talking.
minutes of ads brought to you by, and then whoever's the highest bidder.
Right now.
You can
we have
email
zero
us with
ads.
your bid, and we'll just read whatever you say.
Whatever you want us to read, we'll read it. Doesn't matter. Whoever's got the most money, will read it.
Yep. You just send
no dignity in the show at all.
the highest bidder.
Yep. All right. Well, I think we're shit to talk about, so I think that's the end of this podcast.
Yeah, all killer, no filler.
All
That's what
killer,
they say.
no
We're not
filler.
wasting your time. We're bringing you these good nuggets of interest here.
That's it. All right. Tune in next week for maybe another podcast. No, there will be one, probably. We'll see you then.